Please be seated. My fellow Michiganders, thank you for your confidence in making me your next governor. I am truly honored to have the opportunity to serve. Welcome and thank you to Governor Granholm and Governor Engler, and thank you for your attendance today and the fine service to our state. I also had the pleasure of speaking with Governors Milliken and Governor Blanchard, and they were sorry they weren't able to join us today. I would also like to thank the leadership of the House and the Senate for being with us today, and all the members of the legislature and judiciary that are with us today, and all the other statewide elected office holders that were either sworn in today or with us on this occasion. I'd also like to put out a special thank you to my running mate, Lieutenant Governor Brian Calley. And I reserve a special thank you for my family for joining me on this journey, especially my wife Sue and our children Jeff, Melissa, and Kelsey. Now I wanted to share one piece of family history with you. My maternal grandfather, Charles Howell, had retired from the Rio Motor Car Company, so he took a position working in the Capitol during World War II. He was the custodian. He ran the elevators. He was in charge of putting the flags up and down. My sister still fondly remembers rides with him on the elevators when she was very, very young. So it is with pride that our family has another member going to work in this institution, although I can say the elevator rides may not be as much fun. Let me turn now to our great state and the power of Michigan. Innovators and entrepreneurs were the leaders in the two major eras in our history. Fur trappers and traders, people in the iron and copper business, people in the lumber and timber industry. They were the people that led us on the way that showed us the power of Michigan in the natural resources era. Entrepreneurs, such as Kellogg, Ford, Dow, Gerber, and Upjohn. They showed us the way, the power of Michigan during the industrial era. The industrial era in our state will go down in history as one of the world's great economic success stories. It served as a catalyst to change not just our nation, but the entire world. Unfortunately, the last part of the industrial era has been a period of decline in our state, and has gone on for several decades. We've been shrinking relative to the rest of the country. To put it in perspective, in the 1960s, we had our largest number of seats in the U.S. House of Representatives at 19. In 2012, that number will drop to 14, a loss of 5 seats over 40 years. To put that in perspective, in 2012, we would have lost more representation than over 20 states have for their entire delegation. We've also become a poorer state in relationship to the rest of the country. Our rank in per capita income was 18th in the year 2000, and the most latest data show us at 37th. But we are not here today to talk about the past. We are here today to move into a bright future. This election was a point of realization. It was the point where we understood that the old ways don't work. It is time to start a new era in our state's history. If we stayed on this current path, we would continue to go downward. This is our moment of opportunity to realize we have a bright future instead of a declining future. As building blocks, we have world-class assets to build upon. Our natural resources, our universities, our manufacturing and industrial base, and most importantly, our people. President Abraham Lincoln was looking to America's future during the darkest times of the Civil War when he said, "The dogmas of the quiet past are inadequate to the stormy present. The occasion is piled high with difficulty, and we must rise to the occasion. As our case is new, so we must think anew and act anew. We can heed his words and enter this new year with a clean slate. Our legacy will be found in the future, the opportunity we create for Michigan's coming generations. The underlying key to success, though, is to change our culture. We need to move from negative to positive. We need to stop looking in the rearview mirror and look towards the future. We need to stop being divisive and become inclusive. We have spent too much time fighting among ourselves and become our own worst enemy. This will not be simple or easy. There are no magic solutions to our problems. But with most problems, there also comes opportunity. I've been hired to represent all the people of the state of Michigan and to move us all forward together. It will require shared sacrifice from all of us. Many have already made sacrifices. Many of us need to join those who have already contributed. When we make changes like this, we are faced with the realization that many of us will have to take a step back in the short term to move us all forward together in the long term. Importantly, as part of this solution, we need to include everyone. Our solution has to address the issue, the challenge of keeping our young people in this state. We must create more and better opportunities and jobs for the underemployed and the structurally unemployed. The reinvention of Michigan must not leave anyone behind.